Very good day, everybody, and welcome to another video. I'm your personal funky sim pilot. My name is Arkady Gidzenko, and I will be your captain for today's flight. Today's flight will take us actually from a place where we do not go very often on the channel. What we have today, it is South America. Today's flight will take us from the Tocumen International Airport, Panama City, to the Juan Santamaría International Airport in San Jose, in the capital of Costa Rica. And the flight time we're looking at is about 1 hour 30 minutes. We'll be cruising at an altitude of 34,000 feet. And we are using the Just Flight Avro RJ70 with some mystery livery that it came with. But I happen to be a very big fan of the shade of green that they have used on this livery. If you look at that, it's the kind of green that I really like. But don't ask me why, because I don't know. But I definitely like it. So yeah, we're using this little aircraft today, the RJ70. It's slightly smaller airplane capacity, so also slightly shorter range as well. But that doesn't really matter because we will definitely make it in this aircraft as well. And we are using real-world time and real-world weather as usual. We'll also be using GSX, and we're using the Aerosoft simple traffic tool. And we could see actually one airline just was parked next to us, but it is gone. But it's not very busy yet, I must say. And the one airplane that I can still see that's present, it's about to leave in about 25 to 30 minutes as well. So this will be a deserted little airport. But we're going to Costa Rica, so that's hopefully going to be a nice landing, nice approach, nice views, hopefully. So that's about it for the introduction. So let's hop on into the flight deck. Let's first power up the basics, so the battery 1 and 2. Turn on the nav lights, the avionics masters, autopilot, the dampers. So we got that bit going. What we'll then do, we have to load it in the flight plan in the EFB here. Let's import the flight plan as well. And let's see if we can change this to GSX handling. There you go. Pretty cool. The chocks are in place. Let's request the ground power. And then once the ground power is there, we could maybe also actually open up some doors. Let's open up the forward and aft passenger doors. And then afterwards also at least the stairs for the forward passenger doors. So the ground power is connected. So then we can safely turn on the external power. And we are now on external power. The aircraft is coming to life immediately. Okay, so for GSX, let's get loading. Let's see. Start. Well, what are we going to do? Okay, let's start with the fuel. Start the fuel like that, it will just be instant. That's just how I like it. So 4769, let's immediately check with the OFP. 4769, that adds up. Is that correct? Okay, so we have the fuel. We need the passengers. I always keep wanting to look up, but I just need to go with my mouse to the top edge of my screen. Let's reload SimBrief just in case. Alright, and let's request boarding. Sometimes GSX does nothing. And you're not really sure whether you clicked it, so just going to click it again. There you go, boarding requested. Oh, that's interesting. So they're actually... Oh, we're getting the jetway. Oh, that's sweet. Wasn't sure if that would fit. Well, that looks a little bit painful. I'm scared to see what it looks like inside. But sure, there we are. Connected then to the jetway. As the baggage handle is starting to work. Now let's check the aft door as well. That is open. What I'm guessing does not necessarily need to be open, but let's leave it in place. So attach the pushback truck now. No.
You want to board crew?
Yeah, you want to board
Pilots boarding.
crew and pilots. So there's the pilots.
Crew boarding starting.
So we should be expecting a little crew bus or something to deliver the crew to the aircraft. Anyway, we're not going to have to sit here a bit. Oh no, of course not. Look, there they are. We're just walking the jetway, of course. How could I be so ignorant? Alright, man. So, yeah, let's get this thing going then. Now we got external power.
Your crew has boarded.
Now that's you know, the passenger boarding starting as well. That's good. So let's go to the FMC, position initialization. And indicate that we're at. Well, I don't think it recognizes it anyway. It was 124, I believe, yeah. 124. Let's just put it in. Against better judgment. 124, it's not saying anything. So we're just going to leave that. So MPTO.
Hello.
Let's use this for the position. And now that we're at it, let's turn on the 8. The 8 is displayed.
Good morning.
As you can see, I'm still using the, I'm still using the, well, the shortcut for getting these things started, I guess.
Boarding pass, please.
Something like that should do it.
Hello.
So the EFIS display up here as well. Right, so that stuff is loading. Now, let's get our flight plan and the OFP.
Welcome on board.
So cruising flight level 340 and average wind 199.016, and then we have average ISA plus 13 degrees. We're carrying 4.7 thousand kilograms of fuel with us, and 8.9 of which are the final reserves. And then our flight plan will be direct to PUDOS, then direct to ISEBA, and then there's the Quarry 3 India arrival for runway 07. So we'll have to put this in manually.
Boarding pass, please.
So let's go to route, to MPTO.
Hello.
That's our origin. MROC.
Hello.
That's our destination. Our flight number, so we're basically just using the Whisky for Papa 812 call sign for this, since we're not really officially an airline here. And your runway
Good morning.
03 left, but we'll enter this later at the departure's arrival anyway. But do it now as well. Runway 03 left.
May I see your
Zurich
boarding pass?
will be carrying 60 passengers, so that's not a whole lot. So ESD via MD2. We'll be going
Welcome on board.
direct PUDOS, direct ISEBA. So direct PUDOS,
Good morning.
direct to PUDOS,
Welcome on board.
and then direct to ISEBA. We check the correct spelling on that. ISEBA.
Welcome on board.
And then we have the Costa 3 India 407. So let's put in ISEBA as well.
Morning.
Then we activate, execute. Now departure arrival. So departure, we should have the runway already since we selected it. And then there's no real departure actually, just there's no SID for us today. So back to index. And then the MROC on the right side, arrival. We will be taking ILS Zulu 07. And what was our Quarry 3 India.
Stay, please.
And execute. And we should have a flight plan. So if we now go to
Boarding pass.
route, it should take us to the init birth init page. Well, there's one page in between this one. Let's clear this out. So we should have the flight plan. Let's actually have a look at the legs then. So PUDOS, ISEBA, Quara, Tobic, and that's already the arrival basically. So we'll check that later. So in a ref, so cruising altitude is going to be at flight level 340. So we had a cruising wind of 1909 at 16. And I'm forgetting the ISA deviation. Of course, plus 13. Plus 013. Right, that's that. The transition altitude, we'll just have a look at, well, there's actually no charts, right? I'm not sure if it's on this chart. Does not look like it, but surely they must have some other charts. So let's the SID. Oh, that's actually our destination, isn't it? So let's first go back to airports. So Tocumen International. SID. So let's just have a look at a random one. The transition altitude 18,000, just like the United States. 18,000 feet. I may have clicked something I did not need want to click. I hope we get out of here, man. Alright. So, transition altitude, flight level 180. Let's just make that 18,000 just to be sure. And put it there, alright. Okay, so boarding has been completed. That means that we also have our weights. So the fuel will be 4.7, so let's make that 4.8. 1.9 on the final reserves. And then they're asking for the zero fuel weight, 30.2. My bad there, 30.2. This will go to the zero fuel weight. What's up with the click spot, man? Come on. So, gross weight 35.0. That seems to be correct. So, total fuel weight 4.8. And then we'll have 1.9 for the reserves. And that's basically our setup right there. So we execute and everything is in. So we'll only have the legs page to worry about in a little bit. So let's squawk 3121. Transponder to on. And let's lock a little bit of lights. So things look nice, bright, shiny and visible. Let's get the navigational system on as well. And some panel instrument lights here on the right side. Let's do the same over here on the left side. So for the weather, let's check the QNH, OFP, meter, MPTO. So that will be 1011. So 1011 is dialed in right there. And I think we're pretty much good to taxi. Start up the engines. Let's set the altitude to flight level 340. We could maybe do another step climb. Let's just have a look at the flight plan. Direct to PUDOS 3. Okay, so we can just we'll just go 340 immediately. Sometimes there might be some step climbs in between, and you know, I felt like monitoring the rate of climb, but we can also do it with this 340. So that's like that. Let's turn on the flight director on both sides, and lateral navigation is on. We'll be doing an 18-degree flap takeoff. So we could maybe now try to see if there is a reduced. So if you press this again, you get reduced. And I'm guessing that's based on this temperature. So let's have a look, see if that works. That would be cool. We need the SimRiff dispatch. Performance and tools. Populate from last flight. It's not populating, and thrust setting. It only says toggle max, so I'm not really sure how that works. Flap setting optimum. Let's say flap setting 18. Let's play around with this 30. Alright, so flap setting 18. Lead setting auto. Anti-ice auto. Outside air temperature 31 degrees. 1011 here actually it says. Condition wet. No man, condition is dry. Populate weather maybe then. It says wet. Well, I'm going to make it dry. It's dry. But it looks like there's no derate possible, I guess. So let's do calculate. Toga max, assumed temperature, nothing. So we can forget about this. We could still do it maybe. Just nonetheless, we just leave it at reduced. But looking at the temperature, here it says 32. Outside is actually 31. So that's not a lot of difference. But yeah, why not? Let's see if it crashes us. Okay. That means we have rotate 116, and then D2 speed is 128. Should be now in the box right there. There you go. There it is. Let's turn on both the nav radios. And let's call up GSX, tell them that we are ready for pushback and departure. Let's quickly start up the APU, because we actually do need to disconnect from the ground power.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
power to the galley and the left-hand fuel pump. Let's actually turn on all the fuel pumps. And they're still doing their stuff now. If you look outside, you can see they should be, there they go. APU power is almost available.
Departure checks completed. Bypass being inserted.
Alright, APU power available. So let's turn on the APU generator. So we can turn off the external power. APU air goes on. And let's also get rid of the ground power unit there. So we're doing this a little bit fast, but that's perfectly fine.
Locking gear.
Locking the gear while we're doing all of this. Turn on generator 1 and 4 as well, and the anti-icing or the ice protection system there. I guess we do maybe need that one. So now they want to know which direction the emergency light's not armed, so let's have a look at that in a bit. Which direction we want to push back. So actually let's have them wait a little bit longer. Maybe we can minimize it here. Okay. So they totally interrupted my flow here, man. Okay, so flight deck emergency lights, they are armed. Let's fasten the seatbelts as well. The beacon goes on. No smoking goes on. Cabin emergency armed. And let's turn on the logo lights. And we should be pretty much good to go. The electricity and parking brake. Parking brake is supposed to be on for now. So they want to know which direction do we want to go. We're parked very close to the departing runway, 03 left. Now it would definitely be nice if this would show us something. I believe I had this the other day as well. It was a little bit funny. Can we maybe like toggle it like this? Does that make any kind of difference? Maybe pull up some charts, sort of have it refresh, and then get rid of the chart. And use the zoom buttons maybe. Maybe change the map. Let's go to world map. Go to IFR high. That appears to be a little bit buggy. I've had this very same issue a couple of days ago. So let's go world map. That's the one actually would like. So let's just shut it off and start it up again. So here we are then, 03 left, and let's get our location. We'll push back nose to the right, and we'll follow Juliet Hotel when we get onto the runway. So push back nose to the right. Continue pushback. So nose right, tail left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Parking brake released.
Release parking brakes, please.
Well, the parking brake's been released, but not the chocks.
Commencing push.
Alright,
Engines clear.
we can start the engines.
Start that way.
Very good. We will definitely do that. Start master goes to 1. Select engine number 4 and start. Alright, so far it's looking pretty good. I like it. Might be a little sharp there this turn. But they're doing a better job than me. Engine number 4 is on. Select engine number 3. Start. So we're almost at 10%. There you go.
Please set parking brakes.
Parking brake.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Alright, so we're waiting for the EGT to start dropping, and then we can switch over to engine number 2. There you go. So we select engine number 2. And there we are. So now let's go and select engine number 1. Start it up. I may have misclicked to motor, not sure what that is, but then I try to correct. See what it's doing. So the N2 is not cooperating at all. So let's reset this. Turn off the start master and do these as well. Start master on engine number 1. Let's see if it accepts this. Unfortunately, it does. So we got 10%. Let's get some fuel in there. I'm going to click the max just in case. And I'll play around with that later time. Right, so the engines are on. We have 4 running engines, so let's first confirm that we are good for the engine start. Confirm good engine
Cockpit
start.
to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
So they can now go and disconnect. Okay, so we can arm the auto thrust. Let's quickly have a look at the runway heading. 403 left.
Unlocking here.
That will be 035.
Tow track disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Well, thank you very much. She's gonna wave the little bypass pin thingy at us. Yep, copy that. There you go. Alright, man. Unless I'm forgetting anything, I think we are good to go. Let's have a look up here and let's turn the engine selector to off and the engine start master to off as well. Let's leave on the IPO. I'm guessing we're pretty much good to go. Let's get some lights up here as well. It's actually pretty bright today, so you do not need them very much, but nonetheless, you never know what's going to happen, you know what I mean. Okay, so runway exit lights to on, and then the taxi lights on as well. And I think we're happy pappy. Well, before we start rolling, this chart, we could maybe take a right here, go on to Lima, go left onto Golf, or you go through here, I think Juliet Hotel. Have a look at a more detailed map. I guess it makes sense, right? So just turn left here onto Juliet, turn right along the gates right there, and turn left on Hotel, and we enter the runway. So parking brake released, and let's get ourselves to Costa Rica. So the weather here at Panama City is very nice, 31 degrees. So while we're taxiing, let's get the flaps out to 80. There's the flaps traveling. It looks like reality does not look quite the same as the charts, which is something I already spotted a little bit before as well. Whoops, deviating a little bit from the yellow line there. That's me doing a couple of things at the same time. But as you could see on the charts, we could basically just drive onto the runway. I think we can take the intersection right there, that should probably be fine. Let's have a look at the runway length. That should definitely be okay. Look at that. Absolutely. Okay, so that's good. Now, we're not flying in South America, and they're not playing some kind of bossa nova or whatever music, okay? So we're going to have to turn that on. There you go, there's the bossa nova. Let's play it. Oops, looks like I forgot to set my parking brakes. So how we're going to do this? Let's just do Shift P for a second. So let's hope nobody sees this. I don't know if you see that, but it feels like the plane is like lower on the right side. So we just checked the runway length, and I don't think we have to backtrack or anything. So let's just get ourselves into position. Alright, parking brake set. Let's then turn the landing lights on now. And the strobe light as well. And let's put the T-gas to TARA. And then I think if we release the parking brake, we should be clear for takeoff. Let's check the config buttons. So, engines to around 50%.
Cabin crew, please take your seats for takeoff.
Check thrust.
And takeoff thrust.
Airspeed alive.
Cabin is secured to departure.
Thrust set. 80 knots. Go. Rotate.
Positive right, gear up. Just trying to follow the flight director there. Easy on the yoke there. Let's turn on the autopilot. Autopilot zone. So then we go level change. And 250 knots. Just to start with. And this is already in climb, so that's good. So we have lateral navigation, IAS, autopilot on, and auto throttle in climb. Check the elapsed time, so 1 minute. Let's confirm there.
Speed checked. Flaps 0.
Alright, so let's retract the flaps. So that's Panama. Okay, so we are on our way. Let's have a look at the flight plan here, what it looks like. So our top of climb is basically our next waypoint. And from the looks of it, we will reach the top of climb before that. So that's basically all that I was wondering about. So PUDOS. So we could at some point, I guess, maybe go vertical speed instead of level change. So Let's maybe just do that. And we just climb a little less aggressive. So just let it settle. Okay, so 1000 is definitely a little too little. 1200 maybe. 1300. Let's have some headroom as well. So let's do 1500. I'm guessing that should probably be fine. So that's 87 miles to go. Right, so we are at vertical speed, AP is on, left navigation, and IS mode, so it's following our 250 there, so let's keep that until we reach 10,000 feet. The weather is beautiful, just open skies, there's no clouds, nice and warm, at least, well, downstairs, down below. So let's check the weather at our destination, Costa Rica. So we're looking at 30 degrees centigrade, 080 at 11 knots, so it's a little bit windy, varying 50 degrees to 120 degrees. Our runway will be 07, so that should be okay. A few clouds at 4,500 feet, and it's scattered at flight level 200, I think. 30 degrees and 14 degrees dew points, and QNH to 909, no significant change. I believe that's what it means. No sig. So the climb is still spot on, basically, pretty much. You can zoom in a little bit, maybe it will go beyond the screen, just barely. But yeah, that seems to work out perfectly fine. It's okay. We should actually be at 32,000 and not at 34,000 at PUDOS. And then there's an additional 111 nautical miles. Alright. Let's just do it anyway. We're already climbing, so we're passing 10,000 feet. So let's turn off the landing lights, the seatbelt sign as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched off the fast seatbelt sign. You are free to leave out the cabin.
So there's some passengers again. And looks like 3 empty seats up here. That's pretty cool. So it's not even a totally full flight. I'm doing so. Ma'am. This guy looks like he's worrying. Sir, you have nothing to worry about. Don't you worry, man. Everything will be fine. Actually, I guess in real life my height would probably be more something like this. Wow, so what can we do with this, man? BA. Check 1-2, this is your captain speaking. There is whiskey and drugs in the back. It's pretty cool. Totally useless, but absolutely very cool. Loving it. It's these small things, you know, that just make it nice. Hopefully the aircraft is still flying. We should be on our way to PUDOS. Last we checked was 87 nautical miles, so I'm thinking now we should be probably like 70 nautical miles, maybe 65 or something. That's a nice tablet you got there with you, sir. And sometimes maneuvers like this might actually turn off the autopilot when you're, you know, when the aircraft thinks that you're going nose down. So looking from the window there, looks like we should be okay, but you never know. Nonetheless, it feels good to be back on the flight deck there. Alright, 15,000 feet, and we are now 56 nautical miles. And from the looks of it, we will arrive at our cruising altitude a little later than PUDOS, which is perfectly fine. After PUDOS we have like another 111 nautical miles to reach flight level 340. So we're in no rush at all. Could maybe actually going to dial it back a little bit. Let's go 1200. That thing's going way up there, but that should be perfectly okay. So 11 minutes into the flight now. The engines are looking good. They are engineing, fuel quantities as well. So again, here is what we tell the aircraft to do. But here is the aircraft telling us what it is actually doing. So we're on auto throttle, IAS setting 250. We can actually go 280. Looking at it now. Let's pump that sucker up. And then it's telling us autopilot's engaged, and we are at vertical speed mode, and we're following lateral navigation, which is your left and right, as you know. 1200 feet per minute climb. We're passing 18,000 feet, so we have to go through the standard barometric pressure. So 29092 or 1013. So there we are. That's set as well. And let's keep it at the climb until we reach the cruise level, I guess. Just to be on the safe side. Just look at these huge engines, man. When you're looking out the window, there's these two big brothers next to you. There's some terrain up ahead. So that's interesting. Now let's go over the approach. And let's just use the Navigraph charts. They tend to be a lot bigger on the screen, and therefore I guess a little more streaming friendly, if you will. But I managed, it's up to how I'm feeling anyway. So, which chart do we need? We have ILS Zulu runway 07 with the airport chart. Let's maybe start there. Maybe it's a good practice so that we first check where to exit the runway. So 07 is heading 071, elevations 3,000 feet, 2,940 feet. It's about a kilometer. That's fairly high. The one is 3 kilometers long. And we will exit to the left. And what do they have? Apron 1, apron 2. Not sure it really specifies. With a small aircraft, so a lot of things like warnings, like aircraft with wingspan greater than or equal to 60 meters are restricted on taxiway Echo 2. Actually, I do not know what a wingspan is, I must say. Well, there's definitely some info, we can have a look at that later. First, I just want to set everything up. So, I believe ISEBA, so we are coming from this direction to ISEBA, and then we have the Quarry 3 India arrival. That will take us to OC303, then to Quarry. We should be there at a minimum altitude of 60,000 feet. I'm guessing we should just go for that. And then to Tobik, 15,000, at or above 15,000. Okopu, initial approach fix, 12,000 or higher. OC238, OC239, and then the runway. So this looks fairly straight in. So if we now look at the legs page, Quarry, Tobik, Okopu, that's all there. OC2901 Turu, so I want to have a visual on that, so that will be on the final approach chart, I guess. But we can just look them up easily. Turu, this one max 210 knots, mandatory 10,000. Coming from that side, and then it takes us to Turu. Also, it's not a straight in, we have to fly around the airport, I get it. And then Karba, Mavic, Matos, so we have Turu, and then Mavic. So we could maybe, so from Turu it wants to take us straight to Mavic, but I like the entire arc, if you will. So we could enter both Matos and Karba. So let's first put in Matos. So after Turu, we go to Matos. Let me quickly double check before I enter this. I mean, we can also always change it. So I think yes, after Turu to Matos. So Turu to Matos, we'll put that in. Turu tomatoes. It sounds like a special kind of tomato. I don't know how you hear that. I'm just saying that. So after Matos, we go to Karba. Karba after Matos. There you go. And then Mavic, we can just put that right there, and we execute. We should have a decent looking flight plan. So let's have a look at that on the plan page. Plan, and zoom in a little bit. Again, it's looking really messy. because of the big font and the small screen, but well, it is there. So Turu and then Karma Mavic. So maybe we should actually be at the previous page. Come on, man. There you go. Two 39er, 2901. That will take us to Turu. It's now in the middle. Let's zoom in further then. Alright, so Turu and then to Matos. Looks good. Next page. Mavic. Alright, so that looks fine, man. And let's, while we're here, let's also put in a range ring around the runway. So runway 07, and we go to the fixed page. Runway 07, and then let's see, 071, I believe it was. 071. So the reciprocal should be 270251. Hopefully I'm not making a big fool out of myself. 251. And then let's go, what's the range going to be? Let's have it end around Karma, so that's 11.1 from Ioko, and Ioko should be the ILS identifier. .251 is the reciprocal. There you go. Okay, that's always good. So 11.1 nautical miles. Oh, 11. I'm not sure if this accepts 0.1 actually. I know the Airbus and the Boeing, they accept it. Oh, it makes it 11. Well, that should be okay. Let's check the legs page. And we go step, and we just check here on the left. A little bit awkward camera angles, but let's try it a little bit more like this. There you go. So Clare is CTR, so that's selected now. That's in the center. Then Tobik, Okopul. Basically I just want to get to the runway and see if we get a range link. Because I swore I could not see it on here. Looks like it is not showing here, but it might be showing on the... I'm not really sure how that works. It should be showing here actually. Let's see where we are. We are actually at runway 07 and we have maximum zoom. This is 5, so maybe if we zoom out 1, but I don't think so. Let's just check here. The range should already be 10. That's 20. So that's just a regular range link there, I guess, right? Let's just double check now. So that's basically the settings down here. Okay, so that's not really showing us anything at the moment. And what if we go to map? But then we cannot see it because we have to zoom in for that. So I'm good. Let's leave it at that. That's fine. We could quickly have a look at the fixed page, see if there's anything that springs to eye. But runway 07, and it says what time we will be arriving there. That's actually also interesting. So 111 distance. No man, I have no clue. So let's just leave that. Go to the legs page. We're on our way to ISEBA. We should be at flight level 340 and 93 nautical miles. And we're now flight level 30. let's zoom out on the navigational display there. There you go. So ISEBA is in sight now. And the heading bug, we can think it. Alright, so we're on our way, 88 nautical miles to go. And then basically, it's almost immediately we'll be there at the top of descent anyway. In that sense, it's not a very long flight, which is fairly longer than a couple of city hops that we did a couple of days on the stream, on the channel, in this aircraft. Alright, so let's get back to our planning. So we changed the flight plan, so let's go over that again. So we will fly to Guare, to Tobik. This will take us to Okopu, and this will basically take us all the way over here. I'm not sure if OC240 actually is on there. Let's go ahead and investigate. Let's just do it like this, we'll see lots of that. Mavic, no, that's too far. OC2901, 239er, 2901. 239er, 2901. Okay, so from here we will go to Turu. That's actually also on here. And yeah, that will look perfectly fine. Very nice. So 10,000 feet at Turu. And it looks like that's also important because there's terrain below us, 5,000 feet. So we're almost at the cruising altitude now. Now we have the ILS frequency, 109.5. So let's go and enter that, 109.5. .5, so they are both in. Let's just double check 109.5, and then we have 071 on the final approach course. So we're now at cruise. You could see vertical speed disengaging, and transition altitude 19,000. That's interesting. 19,000 feet. Well, I guess once we start descending, we should just switch to a local QNH and it should be fine. The ILS chart, yes, the ILS, we should actually have stayed on this one. ILS, and I guess we could take 224 for the decision altitude. So let's just dial that in, 224. And you'll see that in the bottom right corner there of the PFD. So 224, right? Okay, so 224. So it's basically that. 224. All right, like that. That's all in. So what's going on? At MAC. Following MAC setting basically. Not sure if it displays 0.63. Pretty sweet. Let's see if we can maybe actually increase our speed a little. these engines have such a mellow sound, at least from the inside. From the outside, they sound really loud. Unless you're at idle, then they sound really nice again. Such a beautiful little plane. Look at it, man. Nice little chubby plane. That's so cute. It's such a nice it's like such a small plane. And then it's using like 4 engines. That's just really cool. Like, hey man, how many engines shall we put on it? Hey man, let's go 4. And so they did. And here they are. And so we definitely can go even faster. So let's just see what this baby can do. Let's leave a little bit of room. So let's go 0.73 Mach. And up next will be ISEBA at 53 nautical miles. And then our top of descent. So let's have a look at the descent profile. We already know that we should be at 10,000 feet at the, I don't remember where it was, Turu. This again is interesting, 10,000 or above, and then there's 15,000. So what if you go to 11,000, and what, then it's going to make you climb? So that kind of stuff, I don't quite understand why that is. What am I missing? But obviously we will not do that. Let's actually just go ahead and change it then to 10,000. Or maybe we first have a look. So OC2901. Just want to see what it looks like on the chart there. So OC2901 at 10,000. It just wouldn't make sense. So let's leave it at 10,000 there. So /10,000. That should change. There you go. So if we go to the top of the next page, up next will be Guare after ISEBA. And that's 41 nautical miles. And after ISEBA we'll start our descent. So flight level 260 or below. And 16,000 feet or above. So we'll just go straight to 16,000 feet, 15,000 Tobic. So 16,000, 15,000, 12,000 Okopel. 12,000, yeah, so we're just following these restrictions up here. 16, 15, 12, and then to 10,000 feet. OC238. Also, let's see, 12,000. And there's terrain there as well. With quite a high peak there, 12,000 feet. This one I would think, yeah. So pretty cool. And let's check even further. Turu 10,000 and then Matos 8,570. So Matos should be around there somewhere. So we'll check it on this chart. So basically, like Buxas, but we're not coming from there, but Buxas would be 10,000 as well. Matos 10,000, there's 8,000 for the holding pattern, here it's 9,000. So I would go for 8,000 feet at Matos. It says there actually 8,000. So Martels 8,000, not 8570. Just make it 8,000. Carbas 6,000 feet. Just entering in these straight numbers now. Next, 5,000 Mavic, and then the runway. So the elevation was fairly high, remember? So it was it says there 29901. So runway 294. So that's basically ground level. Okay. So Mavic 5,000 feet. Well, let's execute this and see if the top of descent will all of a sudden jump to a different spot, but everything looks stable. The glide slope should start at 6,000 feet at Karba. So that's also an point of interest to remember. So Karba 6,000, that's our, so 8,000 to 6,000, that's where the glide slope will start. Alright, it's looking good if you ask me. Go back to legs, so we have the top of the legs page at the top of the display. And we're now 22 nautical miles from ISEBA. Our speed is definitely increased. We're at Mach 0.728. We're now 35 minutes into the flight. Here's the button I was looking for on some streams ago. When you get the ground proximity warning system, I believe terrain system push inhibits. So basically, if you, well, let's not do that now. What is this? Oh, there's a guard. But yeah, they are. You can turn off the warning systems for the altitude, basically. And steep approach. That's also interesting. You can turn on steep approach, for instance, like when you're landing at London City Airport, EGLC, Echo Golf Lima Charlie. You have a slope of like 5.5% or degrees, and yeah, so I guess you put it on. I'm not sure what this does actually, but it's interesting nonetheless that it's there. Something to look into. And then we'll fly to London City again and try to land there using that function and try to set it up the way it should. So it's for distance 10 nautical miles from ISEBA. There's definitely some terrain now below us. So we have basically everything set up. We have the runway core setting 071. We have 109.5, which is active on both sides. Basically we just need it on ours, but it's always good to check, I guess. We could have been at MCT, so let's do that now. Let's see if anything changes here. N1 is definitely not sure what it's doing, but it's not doing it definitely. So far so good. Let's just keep on going. ISEBA is here. We're overflying it. Then comes our top of descent, and then Kaware And we should be quite at 16,000 feet, I believe. No, that's, yes, so let's go for 16,000 feet. So, if we go vertical speed, it doesn't allow it. Not sure why, but at the same time it's okay, we don't have to descend just yet. Let's let me have a look here. So let's go IAS mode and then 235. And see if we can start descending. Vertical speed. I'm not sure why it is not doing that. I understand, because we didn't set any altitude, target altitude. Silly me. Okay, we'll be a little bit early anyway, so that's why it's always good to be a little bit early. So let's dial this down to 16,000. Vertical speed. And basically I'm hoping to start to see the little banana thingy there. Let's zoom in one step. I'm not sure why it's not showing yet. Oh, there it is. So it was out of range or what? It's telling me we should be descending at like 3,000 feet per minute. 4,000 feet. That's crazy, man. Let's just go ahead and do it and just watch the speed. And then have a look outside. So 5,000 feet per minute. That does appear to be quite fast. Let's maybe put in some air brake. So let's keep an eye on this one. Just as a reminder that the air brake is out. So the target altitude is coming sooner and sooner. So that means we could maybe, let's see, how we're going to go about this. Are we going to change our pitch and we leave the, air brake out? Or, because that's not really preferable. Let's see what happens if we do a level change. And it does really shoot up, so that's not quite what we want. Go back to vertical speed. Whoops. Oh shit, I clicked something. So sometimes you accidentally click something, it's always a little bit scary. So 4,000 feet per minute. Let's put the airbag out again. Yeah, and speaking of which, let's turn on the seatbelt sign.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has switched on our seatbelt sign. Please return to your seat and fasten your seatbelt.
So things are probably going to work out looking at that. Our speed 250 and dropping a little bit So this is quite a steep dive, if you ask me. I don't know. It's for maybe it's normal, but it appears to be fairly high. I think I'm pretty much used to airliners, and they just do it themselves, and they never really watch it. I guess here we sort of have to do it ourselves. So that's actually quite interesting, you know, to get to learn something about it, to get some feeling for it, develop some feeling for it. So 19,000 feet. We are 3 miles away, and then after that comes Tobik, 15,000 feet. So let's just keep on descending and prevent the aircraft from leveling out. So 15,000, so we keep on going. And for Tobik, we can actually decrease our rate of descent, so let's immediately do that. So we're not as high energy as we are now. Does not appear to change at all. Let's get these air brakes in. So Tobik, so pretty much already at 15,000 feet, alright. So I just go 1,000 feet per minute. That's like 20 seconds left anyway. Then Okopo is 12,000 or above. Look at the terrain, man. So you definitely want to adhere to the restrictions. Tobik coming up. That's another 3 miles. And then Okopo, 12,000 feet. So let's keep on. It's now altitude hold. So let's go 12,000 feet. So it's sort of eyeballing it by changing the vertical speed up here and looking at the green arc there. And if that lines up with Okopo position, then we know that we will be the aircraft telling us. If you keep your descent rate like this at 1,400 feet per minute, you will be at the chosen altitude, which is 12,000 feet. You will be there, well, once you... I forgot my sentence, but you get what I'm saying. Basically, it's telling us once the airplane arrives at that location where the arc is, then we'll be at our site altitude. So we're very good right now. And I need to do something, and I remember now, so we have to check your local QNH. Let's see if this refreshes in any way, hopefully. So MROC, 30 degrees, we have 08011 knots. QNH 29090. So let's set that. So we go to local altitude settings or altimeter settings. So these mountains are getting really close, man. I'm telling you. But I'm blindly following the charts. I hope. I think. 12,000, then OC 238. That's also 12,000 or above, so a minimum of 12,000. So let's chill at 12,000 for a bit longer. OC 238. And that should be 12,000. I know this is scary. I quickly have to get a refill of my iced tea. So OC238 coming up, 3 miles. So let's dial in 10,000 feet. And let's just hope for the best, because those mountain tops are getting really high. 239er, 10,000 or above. No vertical speed. Let's zoom in a little bit more. So 950 feet per minute should be okay. Man, we're getting so close, man. Let's see how this is going to go down. We're still descending, that's good. There's our ILS, 20 nautical miles. So after 239, there's a couple of waypoints where we will be above, at or above 10,000 feet. And then Matos and then Karaba. And then Karaba is the beginning of the glide slope. I have seen some terrain button, but I believe, I'm not really sure what it's supposed to do. Does this thing have a map mode? Map, so maybe we could have some terrain here. Not really sure how this works. Does not appear to be displaying anything. Tilt the camera down, or the angle downward. No clue. I'm not going to be bothering with that now. So there's a mountain top straight ahead. 10,000 feet coming up. This is really pretty, man. Beautiful. So altitude hold should come up now. We're 17.8 miles from the ILS. Not necessarily track miles, that will be a little bit more, but if you would draw a straight line between the receiver and ours. Or the transmitter and our receiver, I guess I should say. So we're at local QNH, 10,000 feet, holding altitude, shown there as well. But again, this is where you should confirm. There were some speed restrictions, I believe, as well. Max 210 knots from now on, basically. So let's go 210 knots. And then we're standing by for a slight right turn. Here we are. This is some seriously rocking terrain, man. Very cool. Alright, 10,000 feet. Range 16.9 nautical miles. So we are now 11 nautical miles from our next waypoint. Unfortunately, it doesn't say its name up here. But that will be Turu. And then after Turu, we can start our descent. So we're 11 nautical miles from Turu. And then we go to 8,000 feet. So there's Turu, 10,000, 16 nautical miles. Let's have another look at the chart. Turu max 210 knots, and for the rest, I guess we just check here. Let's also have a look. Let's see. 210, and then it says 240, so that's definitely going to happen, right? Let's do 210 slash. Execute. 210 slash. Execute. And we could even go a little bit lower, I guess. Oh, terrain like this. Okay. Anyway, in the test page, 113 plus 5, so 118 knots. That will be our final approach speed. Let's quickly go back to the legs page, 7.2 nautical miles to Matos. And we should be there at 8,000. So we are descending right now to 8,000 feet. Vertical speed. Let's start 1100 or something. Need to descend a little faster. 1600 feet, 1500 feet per minute. Then we need to go to 6,000. And I guess we can dial that in now. 6,000 feet. Here's our right turn. And it would then also be around time for us to arm the approach. Still descending. There's the glide slope. So let's keep on descending a little bit longer. Unless, let's...
Localizer capture.
There we go.
Glide slope capture.
Localizer and glide slope, both are captured, so that's good. Range 13.3 nautical miles. Airport should be in sight, I would think. I cannot say that I have a very clear view, actually. Well, let's keep on going. So Mavic, and this will take us straight to the runway. 11 nautical miles, so let's decelerate to speed 160. The aircraft is not really decelerating, so let's put some air brakes. Would that be the runway? There you go. That's the runway. That's interesting. Okay. 8 nautical miles. Let's go final approach speed, 118. Flaps 18. Let's see what happens if we release the air brake. We're 6 miles now.
Speed checked. Gear down.
Let's drop the gear. Well, we should have turned on our landing lights. Totally forgot to do that. Yeah, let's quickly get the cabin crew in position as well.
Speed checked. Flaps 24.
Flaps 24. I'm also extending the air brakes because our speed is still actually quite high. And these are some really cool air brakes. They work really well. Look at those. Okay, so the speed brake is retracted. Let's go flap 33. So let's fly the rest of the approach ourselves. Auto thrust off, autopilot off. And we have one hand on the speed brake.
500.
A little bit high. Just keep on descending. A little bit high. Continue.
100.
Air brakes out.
There's the air brakes.
50, 40, 30,
Idle.
20,
Flare.
10,
Ground idle. Spoilers yellow and green. Brake
Okay.
pressure check.
Toe brakes. Welcome to Costa Rica, everybody. So the lift spoilers have retracted as well. So let's retract the flaps and the speed brakes as well. have a little taxi music again. Not playing? Oh, it is. So normally we would have to turn off the landing lights and then by now actually the taxi lights and everything. But let's just keep it rolling. I don't see anybody if you don't. That's it. We'll stop and parking brake set. Let's see what the damage is. Also, here we are, man. So that was definitely an interesting flight. Nice area, and definitely something I would like to repeat on the channel. Here's a little airplane parked between the big boys. There's a Frontier. Not sure what the Frontier is doing here. I thought it was, and there's an American Airline. Okay, that would make sense. JetBlue, I don't know where they go. But, I don't know. I was assumed, I guess, that Frontier was American and it was like domestic flights maybe, but maybe that's not the case. I don't know. It's a beautiful little airplane, man. Alright, so that's it. Thank you very much for checking, and everybody stay funky. Keep your loved ones close, and appreciate what you have. And yeah, and for the rest, some other wise words that I cannot conjure up. Anyway, thank you very much for checking, man, and I will see you all at the next video. Bye bye.